All right, welcome back to Living Our American Dream. My name is Matt. As you can see today, we're doing a little sawmilling. Now, if you follow this channel, you know that I milled a bunch of lumber a couple years ago to build a cabin, and all the videos for that cabin build are on this channel. I invite you to go check those out. It's pretty neat. Today, we're not making lumber for the purpose of building another building, but we are making lumber for the purpose of just having it around the house here. And we'll do a little tutorial with the sawmill. I'll show you how this thing works. It is not my sawmill. It's on loan to me from a friend of mine, but I can show you how this works and maybe help you guys decide if you'd like to get one of these things someday. Okay, so if you haven't used one of these things before, this is a bandsaw sawmill. It's very easy. They're very simple machines. It consists of an engine and a clutch mechanism inside of here, 2 large wheels, a large bandsaw blade, and some rails. The concept is you sit the log on the rails, and there's a series of pulleys and cables here where if I crank this thing up and down, it'll raise and lower the elevation of the blade accordingly. This small tank that you see up here is for lubrication. Just you put soapy water or antifreeze or windshield washer fluid, something just to keep the blade lubricated. Inside here, if you guys want to check the inside out, like I said, there's 2 large wheels in here. We've got a clutch inside of here, so when this thing throttles up, the clutch engages and it drives the drive belt. The drive belt drives this wheel, and this is the driven wheel, I should say. And the blade just rides on the outside of this belt and a belt that's here. Just kind of rides around the outside. You dial this thing in. The setup can be intimidating. When I first got this from my friend, he showed me how to set a blade up, and it looked really complicated, but it's actually not. So in here we have a blade adjustment here. There's a blade position tilt here and a tensioner here. So this has a specific torque it's supposed to be torqued down to. So when we set this up, you'll see me crank this down and then hit it with a torque wrench to get 35 foot-pounds here. And this is just for wheel alignment, straight up wheel alignment. So just a little bit of tweaking. Once you understand the ins and outs of the machine, I would say you set up 2 or 3 blades and you've got it. So I can set one up now in about 5 minutes or less. So I'm going to jump on the tractor. I just finished up a log. You guys see me stacking that one up. Made a bunch of 2x4s out of it. I'm going to go snag the next log off the pile and show you guys how to set up a log on this thing. So the first thing that we need to do before we grab the tractor is we're going to lift up the log stops so that when I bring this thing over here, the log doesn't roll off the track. That would be a mess, and I would have to go get chains and mess around with it to pick it up. So we're just going to sit the log in here, give it a place to stop. What we're going to do is basically I'm making 2x4s here again. So I'm going to take a measurement on this thing, and it appears to be 16 and 16, 17 maybe. So I'm going to shoot for a 12 by 12 square. So about here and about here, and in this direction, about here and here. And what that'll allow me to do is I'll be able to get 3 2x4s wide by 6 deep. So that'll give me a bunch of 2x4s out of this thing. Okay, so the economics of a sawmill, let's talk about that for a second. The last I checked, a mill like this one's going to cost, depending on if you buy used or new and what brand you buy, it could be from $3,000 to $10,000. This particular one, I don't actually know, but it's I would say middle of the road. It's, as you can see with the hand cranks and everything, it's fairly manual. You can buy some hydraulically actuated, pretty fancy sawmills out there. It really is going to depend on how much lumber you're making and what it's for. So with my cabin and the few projects that I've done around here, I probably could have paid for a sawmill. Luckily for me, I was able to borrow this one from my friend. So that's going to pretty much do it for this video. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm losing daylight right now. Most of the work that I get done around the house here, I end up doing after my day job. This, believe it or not, isn't my day job. That's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions about sawmills or anything like that, give me a shout in the comments and we'll get back with you. We'll see you on the next one.